Excuse me. Again. Hey YouTube. I know my last video when I said I am Mint Breeze. I said that was gonna be my last video, but I still have my phone, so I'm gonna do another video. So, I've been writing a story. I'll tell you the name in a minute. Let me just put this last paper in. It's a creepypasta story I'm writing, but I'm not actually in it. What can I explain about it before I actually read it? It's a creepypasta story. I'm not in it. The main character is someone named Blair Thorne. Yeah. I'll just start. The story is called The Blood of Christmas. So, Chapter 1, The Beginning. Not many people know me, but I am Blair Thorne. Christmas has always been my favorite holiday, up until 2 years ago, that is. Don't get me wrong, it still is my favorite, but now it's even more fun. Here's my story. I lived in a normal town around normal people, but I myself am not normal. Most people hate the coldness. I actually enjoy it. It can be so cold that you would need an actual winter jacket, and all I would wear is a sweater. I am sometimes bullied and called Ice Princess, Queen Elsa, and Mrs. Jack Frost. One cold day, about a month before Christmas, I was walking home through the woods and not on my usual route. The number one reason for this is I was trying to avoid my main four bullies: Jennifer Smith, Emma Bills, Cara Dawson, and Mackenzie Winston. "Hey, Queen Elsa, what are you doing this deep on this side of the woods?" I froze in my steps. Recognizing that voice, I asked, "What do you want, Jennifer?" "Oh, I'm sorry, Ice Princess. She just wanted to see where you were going," sassed Emma. "Hey, who asked you?" snapped Cara. "Calm down, Cara. You had no right to do that," yelled Mackenzie. They all are here. I tried to walk away, but since it was winter, I stepped on some ice, and then the four of them stopped arguing and ran towards me. "Where do you think you're going, Mrs. Jack Frost?" yelled Jennifer. Wait, is that the right? I think I did something wrong. I did. I wrote the wrong name down. Anyway. Cara and Emma grabbed my legs, and Mackenzie grabbed my arms and held them high above my head, and then Jennifer sat on my gut. She then said, "Nice try, but you can't get away from us this time." She then pulled out a switchblade from her back pocket and started to cut my right cheek. I tried to scream, but Jennifer then covered my mouth. "Don't want anyone to hear you now, do we?" she said as she cut deeper into my face. I then bit her hand, she yelped. I then pushed her off me and the others. Then I grabbed the knife and I stabbed the closest of the four near me. It happened to be Mackenzie. She fell to the ground. That is when I realized where I stabbed her, in her neck. The snow around her turned red with her blood. "No!" the other three screamed at once. They all circled around her. I dropped the knife and I ran home as fast as I could. Chapter 1. That was Chapter 1. Chapter 2, The Escape. When I got home, I ran directly into my room and slammed the door. I emptied my backpack and started to fill it with clothes. As I was filling it, I kept on saying to myself, I need to get out of here. No, I have to get out of here. At that moment, my mom walked in looking like she just woke up. What did I say about slamming? She paused as she saw the cut on my face. Oh, Blair, what happened to your face? I covered it. Nothing. Blair, tell me what happened. Leave me alone. I pushed her out of my room and I locked it. Blair, please let me help. Just tell me what happened. I sat in front of my door for a moment. Then eventually I let her in. We sat on my bed and I told her everything. I told her about the bullying, the cut, and how I killed Mackenzie Winston. She stood up and said, You need to turn yourself in. I can't do that. I'm only 14. Blair, you killed someone. You're my mother. You said you would help me. I didn't think you murdered someone. I stood up and screamed. It was an accident. Accident or not, turn yourself in. Accident or not, turn yourself in or I will. That's when she started to walk to the kitchen. I ran after her and jumped on her back. That's when we both fell and she slammed her head on the coffee table. When I stood up, there was now my blood, Mackenzie's blood, and now my mother's blood on my black sweatshirt. On my black sweatshirt, face, and hands. When she still didn't wake up, I checked her pulse. There was a beat. I then put a warm towel on her head to calm the bleeding. After that, I hid the house phone and my mother's cell, and I had my cell phone, I had my cell phone in my pocket, and I left. I didn't have anywhere else to go. No friends, no family. I never met my father, and my grandma was just like my mom. So I went into the woods. A few hours have passed, and I was getting hungry. I looked through my bag for food. Well, that's just great. Nothing to eat. Grrr. I held my stomach as it growled. I should have packed some food, I said to myself. Some more time has passed. I don't know how long, but it was getting dark, and the trees didn't help me either. The blood on me has dried, so when I passed the stream, I rinsed my sweatshirt. That's when I heard it. At first it sounded like the wind was rustling in leaves, but it was the middle of winter, so I looked behind me. The last thing I remember was a man with no face. Chapter 3. The Encounter. When I woke, I was on a soft brown couch. I sat up and looked around. It seemed like I was in someone's living room. When I sat back down, there was a small child in front of me. Ah! I screamed. I'm Sally Williams. Who are you? She said. Blair, I answered. Do you not have a last name? Sally said, as she tilted her head to the side. Blair Thorne, I answered again. Then someone else walked in. She had black hair, black eyes, and black lipstick, and almost white skin. Why? I heard talking. Where's your phone?